Welcome to selfdiscoverymedia.com, where we discover the communities that are making a difference in the lives of others. Our self-discovery is something we are all making on our life's journey. Here you will find the people that will be your guidance, that will be your inspiration, that will be there for you in support on your journey of life. Do enjoy. Our next show is... Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Sarah's View of Life, right here on selfdiscoverymedia.com. I'm your host, Sarah Troy. Well, it's been handed down. No Christmas for the families this year. Does that mean no Christmas at all? Well, on the 25th it does, but it means that we have to postpone it. Here in British Columbia and Canada, we have been told no gatherings other than family household, people who live in one house, until January 8th. This is because our cases have gone up. They are maybe coming down fractionally, but they know that people getting together for Christmas will just jack them right back up again. In order to get a handle on this pandemic and bring those numbers down, it is going to have to be a further lockdown. And so January 8th is when our Christmas is going to be. Is it disappointing? Yes. Are we going to make the best of it? Yes. Why? Because we have to. And that's all there is to it. We can't go against the rules and the regulations because they're there for our good. They're there for our safety. We have to come together during this time period. I will be at home with my wonderful Audrey, my 87-year-old, who Christmas to her, it brings out the child in her. Things are decorated, presents are wrapped. She's watching Christmas movies like crazy, and she was not going to be able to go anywhere for Christmas Day due to the numbers restriction. Now that I'm going to be home, she's elated, and we will have Christmas here, full of Christmas movies and food and opening presents, and at some point, gathering all of my children and family together on one Zoom and having a Merry, Merry Christmas chat to all of them, because Christmas for us has been postponed. Come the 8th, when midnight, when we can hopefully go back out there, we will come together as a family. It will be the first time in 14 years that my daughter will be home for Christmas, even though we're making our Christmas later, and we'll have the whole family together. My daughter's expecting, and so we have the excitement of a newborn coming next year, and they're building a house, and there's that excitement as well. So there's a lot to be celebrated. So, yes, disappointing I can't be with them for Christmas and give them all their presents, but it's just going to be a couple of weeks later, and I'll give it to them then, and we will celebrate Christmas then. So I know this Christmas isn't going the way you would like it to. You can't travel, and you can't have more than your numbers that live in your house. And I know it's frustrating, but you know what? It's a minor thing in the bigger scale, isn't it? We can celebrate Christmas anytime. Yes, I know it's Christmas, it's Christ's birthday, but he won't mind if we celebrate it later, if it means lives are going to be saved. And that's really what it's about, lives being saved. So whether you are doing Christmas at home with your immediate family, you can make it as joyful, as wonderful as possible. You can put the computer at the table and have grandma, grandpa, uncles, or whatever join you at the table. They could be eating theirs, and they join you there and celebrate. And yes, it's not the same, but it's something better than nothing. Phone calls to one another, making sure that you reach out to somebody on Christmas Day, that they're not alone, that they are remembered, and that you spend some quality time with them, either via Zoom, Skype, phone call, Messenger, whichever way you want to do it. Please make sure that you give them the time of day. So the notice has been handed down, and this is the British Columbia, and I imagine elsewhere in Canada it's going to be the same. And of course, in the States, you still got the division of people who still thinks that it's a hoax, even though the numbers of people dying every day is just extraordinary. And 15 million people who have got it in the States. I don't know how you can still keep denying it, but you do. And I just ask you to be respectful. Other people out there do believe it is in actual fact a pandemic. It is a vicious, silent disease that has killed many. Let us not forget that there are some people who have recovered perfectly well, and there's others that will have challenges because of it for the rest of their lives. So it's not to be taken lightly. Even if you just consider it a bad flu, you don't want to pass that flu on to other people. And this particular virus is extremely contagious. It manages to get hold of people and they don't even know they're sick. They don't have fever. They just know they're extremely tired, maybe some aches and pains, and they're carriers. And all it needs is one person who's in a crowd that gives it to that crowd, and that crowd gives it to that, and that crowd. And that's the reason why we have these numbers out there right now. So I'm asking you, please, put aside your politics, put aside your conspiracy theories, put aside your angst, and just wear a mask, social distance, stay at home the best you can, and please be considerate of other people that are more vulnerable. And let's beat this damn pandemic, all right? We have a huge recovery in 2021. Still many, many changes to come. Lots of shifts. And we're going to be seeing these shifts take part over the next 4 years. But how we handle this year, how we handle next year is going to be how difficult the following years are going to be. So next year, yes, we're going to have the whole rebuilding of the economic situation. We're still going to have this pandemic with us for quite a while. And we still ask everyone to come together. Just simply come together. We're in this together. Let's deal with it together. As I said, I don't care about your politics. I don't care about whether you think it's a conspiracy theory or it's 5G or whatever else you think it is. Just understand it's a health issue that we all need to step up and be a part of the solution so that we can deal with this health issue and get on with life and changing the way we conduct ourselves in the world, the environment, with each other, our whole economic situation. All of this is happening for a reason. It's a reset for humanity. It's a reset for the planet. And it's a time that we just step up. Stand up, be counted, do your part, contribute the best that you can, and embrace the changes that are coming, be a part of the changes that are coming. But I pray all of you, please, no matter what you're having to give up this Christmas, this New Year. I have two daughters' birthdays, 15th and 30th of December. Neither one of them are going to be having parties or be with anyone other than their immediate. And that's sad for them as well, all right? But there's no point in crying over spilt milk. There's no point in moaning about what we can't change. It's just a question of going with it. There's next year. And if we want to be healthy and start being wealthy again next year, then we need to put in the time and the consideration this year. So my Christmas will be in January. I will be taking time off then, and I will have a ho 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 Christmas with all their presents and the Christmas paraphernalia. And I don't know where we're going to be yet, but we will be together. And that is important for me. So look at what is your priority. Christmas Day, you can only be with the people that live in your household. Make it as jolly as possible. If you are single and you have a bubble of people that you are normally with, I think it's going to be okay for you to be together. Do not leave the single people out, folks. In some way or other, include them, incorporate them in any way you can, even if it's just virtual, okay? We don't want depression or suicide to take over. We do want common sense to prevail, consideration, and we do want to be there in support of other people that are really feeling this right now. And don't forget, our elderly, they already know they're on borrowed time. How many are we losing every day to this pandemic? They don't know if they'll have another Christmas. So let us make sure that we reach out to our elderly, a phone call, a Skype call, a communication of some kind. Make sure that they know they're loved, that they're counted, and that goes for the elderly that don't have family. Please make sure that they're heard, all right? So just it is what it is, family, and it is what it is, world, and we just really have to comply so we can beat this and change the tide, all right? So I hope you're with me. I hope the common sense prevails. Christmas will be late this year, and it just means like January is normally a dull year, a dull month anyway, right? It's gray and dark and it's miserable, so we're going to be celebrating Christmas in January, and that makes it exciting, right? So, two Christmases. So everybody, please respect, consideration, compassion, and common sense. Okay, folks? Bye for now. We hope you enjoyed the show. We look forward to bringing you more shows. Please go to selfdiscoverymedia.com/shows and you will see the incredible lineup of genres and shows that we have for you. We are here to make a difference in your life. Thank you for listening.